All right. Next up, we've got Brady T88. It says, I have the option of a mega backdoor Roth in my 401k. Should I reduce my mega backdoor contributions to fund an after-tax brokerage so that I have all three buckets? Or should I just focus on maxing out my 401k? And maybe you can talk about what the three buckets are in case someone's watching and isn't aware.
I'm going to start with a little bit of vocabulary because maybe you're someone who's brand new to this show and you've not seen our stuff before and you heard mega backdoor Roth.
What is that? That sounds like an apex predator.
That sounds amazing. Well, a lot of people don't realize that when you put money into your 401k, there are actually three different ways that you can do it. You can do pre-tax contributions, which give you a current year tax benefit. You can do Roth contributions, which grow in after tax and have the propensity to grow tax-free. Or you can do what are called after-tax 401k contributions. These go in after tax, you pay tax on it, and then the earnings grow tax-deferred until you pull them out. Not all 401ks have this provision, but one of the beautiful things that when this provision is present is that you don't just have to stop at $22,500 of funding. Even if you're doing your salary deferral up to $22,500, you can contribute after-tax dollars all the way up to the Section 415 limits of $66,000 this year. So what a lot of plans will allow you to do is put $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in the after-tax portion of your 401k, and then you can immediately, if it allows for in-service rollovers, roll those after-tax dollars into a Roth IRA, effectively allowing you to do a mega $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 backdoor Roth contribution, which is absolutely amazing. So for plans that have that and for folks that can do that, it's a wonderful planning opportunity. Brady sounds like they have the ability to do that, but they're trying to figure out, Brian, well, should I do that because it really allows me to like beef up my Roth bucket, or do I actually need that after, I'm going to say the taxable account bucket? Do I really need that brokerage account that's separate, or can I just do all this Roth stuff and be okay?
Yeah, and Brady, I'm going to answer a question, unfortunately, with a question is in the fact that it really depends on what does your retirement or when you think you need this money look like.
That's
Begin
perfect.
with the end in mind. Because somebody who thinks they're going to leave the workforce at 50 to 55 years of age, you're going to need money. And if all that money is locked up into retirement assets, you might be in a pickle of a situation. So if that was the case, yeah, you'd want to load up that after-tax as well to make sure you had a bridge account to get you into retirement.
Taxable. We got to. I'm so bad at that too. I screw it up all the time.
But it's okay to. Because two words can have similar meanings, but also be said. I'm not going to change. I still think you can call the brokerage account an after-tax account because it's effectively the same. They can be on the same tree. But I will tell you that taxes are super important, but I see a lot of retired folks who are it's not even retired. It's people who get in their 40s and they realize, holy cow, all my money is tax favored, but I don't have much liquidity to buy cars with. You get to step 8 of the financial order of operations, and you didn't give enough respect to step 7 to look at the 3 buckets, and you're like, man, I'm trying to pay for cash for on this luxury car, and you don't have access, even though you're multiple 7 figures at this point. So you can
cost a ton in taxes.
You can be retirement rich if you structure your accounts the wrong way. So that's why we always say make sure you don't skip step 7, which is looking at those 3 those 3 buckets accounts to figure out how you need the money, how you're going to process the money. Because there are some problems with that. Now, look, I say all that, and this is why you have to do the plan, because I see the draw. I mean, being a tax-free millionaire and letting and exploiting this government benefit through tax savings and tax-free growth as much as possible, it sure is sexy. But you better do the work of knowing when will you need this money and how will the accounts need to be structured so you're not penalized paying taxes, penalties in a very inefficient way. So that's why, this is, we'd be crazy if we didn't tell you we're fee-only financial advisors, and this is the type of stuff that when you graduate through the abundance cycle, we help clients with, is how do you make sure that you are loading up and paying respect to all the different accounts.
Now, what you are saying though, if let's say Brady, because a lot of these companies, maybe they're publicly traded companies, and there's other ways that taxable account gets built up through options or RSUs or that sort of thing. Or if Brady just knows that he's going to retire after 60, the mega backdoor might make a lot of sense, right? Because then once you get past that magical 59.5, being a true tax-free multimillionaire can be amazing.
No, there's a reason they are the apex predators. I love tax-free growth, and if you can load up, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a Roth account is pretty spectacular. But just make sure you're thinking about the rest of life too. How are you going to be able to do all the lifestyle stuff like buy cars? Kids want to go to camps, space camp or whatever.
Sorry, kid, can't do
things
space
are going
camp.
on. Just make sure you got yourself in a good financial situation where you're not retirement rich, but very life poor because you didn't begin with the end in mind.
Love it.